provided to the Co-Star, the official newspaper of the Borough of Belmar, and the Asbury Park Press on December 22nd, 2021, and notice of this meeting was prominently posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building and filed with the clerk of the Borough of Belmar. Councilman Brennan?
Here.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Here.
Mayor Walsifer?
Here.
Councilman Carvelli?
Here.
Councilman McCracken?
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Lorraine. Everybody can join me in the salute of our flag of our great nation. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody can remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops, their families, and all our first responders. Thank you. All right, first thing at the workshop, we have from the platform group, we finally got one of the presentations in for the skate park. Unfortunately, they're a company out of Florida. They couldn't send a representative up, so I think the best thing to do if the council steps down, we can go through it on the screen, and I'll try to muddle through it the best I can.
Hey John, how do we kill the lights? This one?
They might be able to see with it on.
It's a little hard to say.
All right, a little lower. There you go. Perfect.
That's better.
What do you use this for?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We had a concept plan sent up to us from the platform group. So we wanted the council members to take a look at it. They couldn't send anybody up from Florida to present this, but they did do an in-depth look at our skate park to see exactly what we needed. And they came up with, John, you can go to the next slide.
I'm just dead.
Well, you can get that up. I'll,
Yeah.
They took a look at our skate park and what area we needed the skate park built. So they come up with 7,200 square feet. We told them about all our environmental restrictions that we had, and we told them about the condition of our skate park. So they took a good look at it, moved it to the next screen, John, and took an aerial view of what their concept would be to build a skate park in that area. So it shows here, there's an aerial view of what the skate park would look like overhead. And then this is the skate park looking like at 16th Avenue. So the sides of it are built up so that they don't like to build fences around it because they like to have it welcoming. And but we told them we still needed a fence on 16th Avenue. They would build up the sides to have shrubs and different things that we can plant, but it's all above the blacktop so that nothing would go down into the ground where we have problems with that ground there. So go ahead, John. There's another view of it from the parking lot area. One thing that we liked about it, it's all concrete. It will last. It's all built above, and it's a welcoming looking park. So if we're going to do something with a skate park, it's something that would be a great piece for Belmar for a lot of years to come, and the kids can use it.
And Mr. Mayor, is this about the same size as what's there now, or is it bigger?
No, it's the same. It's really? The same area that's there now.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. And it's like a whole other world here.
So 1,700 feet of it is non-skate park, but that's all the stuff that's built up around it. The shrubs and how they built it up. And then, of course, it'd be It's all built above it's a slab above what we have there now, so it flattens everything out, seals everything in. And it just goes through a couple of those slides, just tells about how they would build it. But it's, you know, it's something that I think that we would really take a look at to make Dempsey Park really nice over there. It would be a really nice skate park. All right, John, you can go through the next slide.
I think that's it, sir.
That's it?
They got a price tag on this?
Yeah, they estimate the value of it without doing any lighting or anything like that. It was about $500,000, about $500,000. One of the things that our business administrator did was we called Green Acres to make sure that we could actually do something like this. And they talked to us about, or they talked to our business administrator about, they might be able to come up with some matching funds for it through a grant or loan or anything like that. So we're looking into that. But this, I think, is the type of a design that if we're going to do it the right way and make a really nice skate park that'll last for years. We don't have to worry about repairing the wood and doing everything that we had to do with the old skate park.
So the other sides of the park don't have to be fenced in, just along 16th Avenue?
Well, that's, yeah, they build them so that we told them we need to still near the fence on 16th, but they like the design that is built up on the side to have a natural fence, and then as you pull in, it's a welcoming area for the kids to play in.
So along the parking spots on the bottom is sort of flat, they can
Right,
like
they can
skate
go
right
right
on it?
They can go right in, people could watch, and you can go on the tour fence or whatever you want to do.
But on the other side, it's raised up.
Yeah, right on the sides, they raised up, so, and that makes it like a natural type of barrier. But when we took a look at this, I mean, this company actually took a look at it and did exactly what we told them that we needed to do. So there's a few other companies that we're working with, some of them that they want $10,000 to come and present it, but I said, just send us over the concept plans and I'll try to do the best I can to save money.
Send us a PowerPoint from there.
But, so that's one. I mean, with this concept plan, if we ever had to go out, if we didn't get any more, and we had to go out and do an RFP, we have something that we could really talk about and tell the engineer what exactly what we want. But that's all I have.
Okay.
Anything else?
This company really did a fantastic job putting this all together. We sent them all the plans from the previous skate park. He was aware it was wood, outdated, and he looked at our plans and built it to the specs that are there right now. So they did a real nice job. He was great to work with, and we're going to continue working with him. Like the mayor said about Green Acres, we're trying to push hard to see what matching funds we can get or a loan. They're excited about the project also, so we're working on it.
And this company does projects all over the United States. So right now they're doing one in Massachusetts. So it's not that, you know, they're unfamiliar with this area. They do them all over the place. So.
And this would be in compliance with our insurance company?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have to be in compliance with that blacktop down there also. We're trying to also piggyback into the basketball courts because all they want to do is paint them. We don't want them to paint them. We want them recoated because it's cracking now. After all these years, it's starting to crack. And it's a safety hazard. So we're trying to put this whole plan together with Green Acres, with Jersey Central Power and Light. We're trying to get this whole area fabricated again, including the building.
That's great.
Oh, including the building? That'd be nice. So we could actually use it for
It
something?
would be like bathrooms in that
Yeah,
building?
there is bathrooms.
There is now, but maybe they're done. It's not a question to answer, but I'll let you, Greg. Go ahead.
Lighting around it, is there any plan for lighting for night use?
Well, they don't have any lighting in this plant, but that's something that I think that if we're gonna do it, we would want to put some lighting in. You know, because it gets dark early in the fall and spring, so I think that lighting would be really an excellent addition. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Mayor, I apologize, there's just one of the
Oh, yes.
I
Has anyone from the skate park, I don't know anything, it looks great, looks wonderful. I wonder why you're working with Florida, but has anyone from the skate park commission looked at all the things that are gonna be in there? Because I don't know anything about it. It looks great, but I don't know anything about skate park.
Yeah, well, this company that's all they do is skate parks, we reached out to a lot of different companies, and these are the ones that really
No, I
first
mean,
came
the
up.
commission, the people in town that want the
We don't have a skate park commission.
Well.
We're
the
gonna
people in
let,
town-
once we
the-
get a couple of concept plans in here, then we're gonna give it to our recreation department and we have a Parks and Recreation Committee, they're gonna take a look at it, pick out the best one that they think would work.
And there's no companies in New Jersey that do this?
All the companies that we try to get plans from want to charge us $10,000 for a concept plan. There's companies who want to work with us, but they travel all over the United States to work on these parks. This is a concept. This doesn't mean that they'll build it. This is a concept.
Yes, no, I know, but I don't use a skate park, I don't skate, but I think people that skate should be looking at this and helping you. They should be here, yeah, were they invited, did they not?
Everything was duly noticed on the, in accordance with municipal land use, municipal law.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, does anybody else have anything for workshop? All right, moving on to, Lorraine, we have any petitions?
Not to my knowledge, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of the July 12th meeting?
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this, folks. Okay, thank you. I apologize.
Tom, why don't you make all the motions? And Tom will second.
Okay, I'm sorry, Councilor Brennan,
Yes.
Councilwoman McKinney,
Yes.
Mayor Wolfson,
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli,
Yes.
Mr. McCracken.
Abstain.
Thank you.
All right, reports of Councilman Carvelli?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Let's see, Planning Board was on the 18th of July. There were actually 2 applications on the agenda, and both ended up being carried, so there was no action with the Planning Board. The Harbor Commission also met on the 19th, and let's see, pilings were a big point of discussion. It sounds like the fiberglass ones that we have are not going to last very long and we need to switch, but that's a long-term project. Electric is going to be replaced on 3 of the docks this fall, and fuel dock repairs were, there was an emergency repair for that. That was taken care of. I believe the Finance Committee meets next week. And that's my report. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President McCracken.
Yeah, I'd like to just start out by thanking the Belmar Fishing Club. They hosted a fishing event on Friday for disabled veterans at the club. And the feedback I got from that event was well attended, and people enjoyed the opportunity to be able to go there and fish off the pier. Because of vacation schedules, the Belmar Housing Authority did not meet yesterday. Their meeting is this coming Monday, so I'll have more of a report from the Housing Authority at our next meeting. The Shade Tree Commission is not having official meetings in July or August, but they're looking to schedule a nursery tour, actually tour a nursery and learn about more about how nurseries operate, and, trees, and the importance of canopies and communities on the 12th. So that's in the process of being scheduled.
Thank you. Councilmember.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Environmental Commission did not have a quorum, so the meeting was not held. They're going to have another meeting. It would be next Thursday, not this week, but next week, Personally, I wanted to thank the Belmar Library for hosting my band, Names and Me, last Tuesday night. We had a lovely time. It was actually not hot. It was great. And the next concert that they're going to present is Danny White on Tuesday, August 16th. And if you get a chance to go, it was really a lovely evening, and it's a really nice thing that the library does. It's one of the things I noticed was most of the people there are community members. It's not really for visitors. And it was really nice for me to see my neighbors and play music for them. So thanks. And that's my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Kim?
Thank you so much, Mayor. The next ADA meeting is not until August 18th, so that I have nothing to report on that. Recreation, first I just wanted to say that my son and lots of kids did junior lifeguards this year. We had a new director, and she did a fabulous job, and she really wants to try to grow the program. So if you know of kids that are living in town or going to be in town, you know, kids that don't even live in town that want to participate in Belmar Guards next year, the Junior Guards program is really, really great. So they hosted a Junior Guards tournament a couple weeks ago. They did really, really well, and it was just, it's over now. It's the whole month of July, and she did a great job. So I highly recommend that program. Fall soccer signups are happening now. They end August 14th. Toddler time signups, they're free to residents. Signups are happening also right now. For the seniors, senior game day, mahjong, card games, back in Taylor Pavilion. That's starting up September 25th from 12:30 to 3. I'll keep announcing that. Maybe Jim, if you would get the word out to the senior building about that. And chair yoga is Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30, followed by mat yoga, 11:30 to 12:30. That's $5 per class. That is happening in the gym right now, but we'll be also moving to Taylor Pavilion mid-September. And then around the schools, I don't have a lot. Belmar Elementary, they have enrichment happening this week. They're completing new flooring in the basement level of the school, and so that's great, and they're just basically prepping for the new year. As is both the St. Rose Grammar School and the high school are just getting ready, getting summer assignments out to all the kids. St. Rose Grammar School is having their new family brunch after 9:30 Mass on August 28th. And they got brand new desks for the entire school, which is a huge investment and a great investment. Because those desks were pretty old. And then St. Rose High School, both schools, there's not a lot. They're just getting ready for this upcoming school year. I'll probably have more next time. But they're both, the St. Rose Elementary, or St. Rose Grammar School and the high school are closed this week for maintenance and deep cleaning. And that is all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Just a couple things for me. The Bonsang family is donating to us a bronze fountain statue. We're going to be placing that at the head of Piano Plaza, right where 9th Avenue comes in. It's a beautiful piece, and we really want to thank them for donating to Belmar. So hopefully we have that moved up soon, because it is really a nice addition that'll be on Main Street. Recently, in a NewJersey.com article, we were recognized for the gold standard for our beaches for ADA, because we have the bogey mats at every entrance. Makes it easy for all of our special needs people to get on and off the beach. And I never knew this, but there's only a requirement in the state that you only need one entrance for ADA, which we have all of them, and we have double the amount of handicap parking spaces, which are required. So it was nice that they recognized us for that. And we were also recognized by New Jersey DOT and New Jersey Transit as Transit Village this year for all the promotion that we do with the train and encouraging people to take the train to come into town. So that was a nice recognition we also got. And I just want to thank everybody that was involved in the Sandcastle contest this summer. You know, everybody did a great job. John Walsh put all the gifts, the baskets together, which he did a fabulous job, and it was so well attended. The weather was great, and it was great to see everybody down at our beach doing that with all the families and groups that came down. And that's all I have. So we're going on a public session on any of the consent agenda items.
questions?
All right, Lorraine, seeing none?
Okay, do we have a motion to close the public session?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have the consent agenda items. They're all listed on your agenda. It's resolutions 2022-128 through 2022-137. Do we have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented?
Are we doing 138 separately? That's on our
That, it can be on the
Consent agenda,
because it's just an
the next
introduction.
meeting is the
Correct.
public hearing.
Correct.
Okay, that would be the answer, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, so we can do
We
it.
can do it here
Yes.
tonight, and then at the next meeting, it would be a separate item.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Second. Sorry. Thank you. Just bear with me 1 second. Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Motion carries on the consent agenda. Next item up are the ordinances, Mr. Mayor. And we do have a problem with the language in ordinance 2022-12, so I would request a motion to table so we can revise that ordinance.
I'll make the motion, we table.
Do we have a second? Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Motion carries to table ordinance 2022. Next item is ordinance number 2022-13, second reading and public hearing.
All right, so we'll open that up to the public. Anybody have any questions on this ordinance? All right, so none, Lorraine?
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt the ordinance on second reading?
I think I included.
Sorry.
Yeah, you go.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just do what you guys want.
Councilman Brennan, this is a motion to close the public hearing. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Motion carries to close the public hearing. Do we have a motion to adopt the ordinance on second reading?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries on ordinance 2022-13. Next item is ordinance number 2022-11. This is first reading and introduction. The ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 11 Personnel, Section 11-3, Schedules fixing and determining salaries of certain officers, positions, and employees of the Borough of Belmar in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey. We have a motion to introduce.
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Motion carries to introduce ordinance 2022-11 on first reading, advising that the public hearing will be August 16, 2022. Next item is ordinance number 2022-14. It's also a first reading and introduction. And this is an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 25, Development Regulations of the Revised General Ordinances of the Borough of Belmar, Section 2, Definitions, and Section 9, Improvement Standards. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Do we have a
Second.
Thank you. Councilman Brennan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Walsifer?
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli?
Yes.
Councilman McCracken?
Yes.
Motion carries on introduction for ordinance number 2022-14, and advising that the public hearing will be September 6, 2022.
I do apologize for interrupting. Just for a point of order, just to correct the introduction of the ordinance. It was chapter 40 as opposed to chapter 25. I myself just had to look up what those Greek letters meant, so definitely not a Greek philosopher. But just for a point of order to correct, nope, that's fine. It's still duly adopted on first reading.
I'm a little rusty up here.
It's not the Super Bowl, I don't know what it means.
Next item on the agenda is the introduction of ordinance number 2022-15 for first reading. Do we have a motion?
You need to read
This is chapter 19.
this is actually chapter 29.
What?
29, and it is for an ordinance amending and supplementing chapter 29 traffic loading zones of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Belmar in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey. I apologize for interrupting.
Thank you, Mr. Bergen. Councilman Brennan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney.
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Councilman Carvelli.
Yes.
Councilman McCracken.
Yes.
Motion carries on the introduction of ordinance number 2022-15 on first reading and advising that the public hearing will be August 16. Do we have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Yeah. You don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna open up to the public.
Okay.
Anybody has a public comment? Yes.
Anita Pecorelli, First Avenue.
I do apologize. I need to do a point of order on myself. I misspoke. It was actually ordinance number 19. So ordinance number 2022-15 is an ordinance amending and supplementing chapter 19 traffic loading zones of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Belmont in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey. Just for purposes of point of order, correcting the adoption of ordinance 2022-15 on first reading. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone? Anita Pecorelli, First Avenue. I understand the Belmar Fishing Club is looking for more loading zones. So I was interested in, what is the Belmar Fishing Club? Does it pay rent to Belmar or taxes?
I believe it pays taxes, pays taxes, water sewer.
Does it pay a water bill?
Yes.
Okay, did it have to have the tourism tax? Did it incur the tourism tax like the other business? Is it a business? Is it a private club?
I think it's a private club, so it doesn't have to pay a tourism tax.
And so you're gonna give up parking spots for them to have another loading zone? Because sometimes even at night, they block off parking spots around, like for big things. So I just think that's interesting. It's a private club, and we're gonna do all this for them.
I think it's
That's not
just
true.
right in the front so the trucks can unload there.
They already have that. But anyway, I also like to go on the record that the first aid, whatever joint staff with Manasquan and everything, if someone in Belmar has a heart attack and all the ambulances are out in Manasquan during the summer, it's 6 minutes before the oxygen is cut off to your brain, and you know what happens after that. So I'm against all that. I know it's too late, but I want to go on the record saying it's a very bad idea. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Randy.
Lest anybody think that it was Randy Brazell, 101 11th Avenue. Lest anybody think I always come up here and complain. First, I wanted to commend John Sabia. I love your pieces on Belmar businesses. It's just a lot of fun to watch, so thanks. And I'd like to thank Mr. Kirschenbaum for listening to me. I know that your ears were hearing it. I appreciate it. And if Tina Scott were here, I'd say the same to her. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Chuck Ross, Maplewood Road. I just came tonight because I actually wanted to echo the sentiments of Councilwoman Kinney. I had a 12-year-old. It was her first experience in the junior lifeguard program this year. It was unbelievable. She had such a great time every day. She was excited to go there. I enjoyed seeing her happy about it. I just wanted to give a shout out to, I believe, Nicolette and Mike DeRouge. They were there every day, doing a great job.
Tell her name is, it's great.
Yeah, and I went to a couple of the other tournaments. They had like the little tournaments, which was really cool because like these towns take great pride in these junior lifeguards. And Belmar's was the best run out of all of them, most efficient, most organized. The kids looked great. They had little uniforms on and stuff. So I really appreciate it. I know you guys are all behind the scenes, and there's DPW also helping with that, and I'm sure Barry was involved. So I just want to give a shout out to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was down there myself, and I couldn't believe how well run it was.
The kids look great. They did. They got uniforms that said Belmar Guards on them this year, and like I just thought that they did a really great job. My kids have been involved in kindergarten for like 5 years now, and it was a good year. She did a great job.
Anyone else? Yes.
I was here a few weeks ago, and I spoke about the problems on 12th Avenue, Frat
Excuse me.
Row.
Could you?
Oh, sorry, name and address.
Please.
Mark Ammermiller, 10612.
Thank you.
All right, so I was here a few weeks ago talking about the problems at Frat Row on 12th Avenue between like 105, 107, 109, 111, 113. And the fact that it was a bit out of control for many years. I got a call the next day from Mr. Kirschenbaum. Said, no more warnings, we're gonna write tickets. Next day, or sometime that weekend, there's more carousing going on in one of the houses. I called, they showed up, and they wrote a ticket. And it stopped. Should have done that 25 years ago. Now I have another story. So, about a month ago, my daughter's boyfriend was on my porch grilling. And 4 guys like walk up onto the porch and try to go into my house. And he says, oh, hold on a second. Where are you guys going? Well, we're looking for this guy, Greeny. And he lives at 106. He doesn't live at 106. My girlfriend lives here with her dad. And then after a little bit of a commotion, not a commotion, not physical, they just finally left. And then they did is they went across the street, and I wish the police chief was there, and they went and assaulted a guy in one of our Frat Row summer rentals. And the ambulance came, there was a police report, the detective came, interviewed my daughter's boyfriend. So I just want to give you an idea of what's going on over there. All right, now, before, on Thursday, distributed a bunch of flyers regarding the zoning thing. My daughters and I delivered like 1,200 flyers just notifying people. We went on every block in Belmar, from 17th down to Inlet Terrace, from Ocean to Main Street, and dropped flyers on every block, every house that we could. And I tell you, Belmar's a beautiful town. Every block is beautiful, it's fixed up, it's gorgeous, but my block is still 1975. And it's ridiculous. Now, why is that? And there's going to be some hemming and hawing, but the real reason is that one guy owns 4 of the 5 rentals across the street from me. Right? Why? I mean, obviously it's capitalism, he owns stuff, but it's so comfortable for him to own that place because he just rents them out. Chaos ensues, ruins the block for the other 10 families that live there, and there's no repercussions because, we need the laws enforced that are on the books. I'm not saying to write new laws. If we enforce the rules that are on the books, we have to make it so that this guy, I hate these summer rentals. Let me just sell my houses, make my $1.5 million and get out of town. Or, well, he's not getting out of town, he's just going down the end of the block. But I just wanted to say that it's just so discouraging to see this going on. And every block in Belmar on the Ocean block is just beautiful. And, I'm stuck in the 1970s because one guy, it's just too comfortable for him. And we've got to just enforce the laws in the books to make it uncomfortable. And maybe things will change along those lines. And I want to thank you for your time. My daughters are 34 and 30, and they did the junior lifeguards many years ago, and they had a great time. So if anybody has kids and they want to do the junior guards, it's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, Lorraine, seeing none?
Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
coming out tonight.
Good job, Lorraine.